How's it going, everyone? Philip here with Queen Anne's Reef. Today we're going to get back on working the 310. You guys saw in the last video for the 310, we had got the cycle started. Was doing sand and all that kind of stuff. We put turbo start in. We've also added some pajama cardinals and an anthias in there just to throw them in there, just to kind of put something on the bio load. That way we can go ahead and keep building that beneficial bacteria up. So what we're going to go over here today and do is start doing the NSA today. So I have purchased about 160 pounds of just standard dry base rock. It's the Carib Sea. We will be taking that outside using a cold chisel and hammer, busting it up into smaller pieces that we can be able to kind of sculpt and make our own little scaping project. We also have the pre-machined base rock pieces. As you can see, they're already flattened at the bottom. We will be building up and off into our NSA from these pieces here. All of these are already, like I said, pre-machined. They have the flat bottoms on them. We also have the aqua sticks, the epoxy, underwater epoxy, bulk reef supply, the thick, extra thick super glue gel, and we have the Marco mortar kit. So all this will be, working together. And also I did purchase some of the fiberglass rods. Those will be, I can cut them up in smaller pieces and place them into the holes in epoxy or mortar them down. That way it'll give it a little bit of extra support growing in. To cut the pieces, just simply enough, I can put it on the coral saw and just cut them here. So I'll be using that to make up little pieces with the fiberglass rod. So I'm not going to put you through the pain and agony of me taking this outside and busting all this rock up. So I'll get it all busted up and I'll get back in here and we'll have it here and we'll start putting all these pieces together. I also recommend, as you're scaping, put a piece of cardboard down, work on a piece of cardboard, take really precise measurements. I even recommend, if you want to, you can kind of like tape out on the floor what your size of your tank is, if you really want to kind of get an idea dimensionally, so that way you don't kind of override your parameters or dimensions, for where your NSA goes. All right, get me busting up this rock and we'll be getting right back with you guys. All right, guys, so I've spent about 45 minutes busting up. I've got 2 boxes busted up. Like I said, I wasn't gonna bore you with all the monotony of just sitting there and taking a cold chisel and a hammer and making it. But the idea of it is, don't make like just busting it up and making just generic more of just smaller round boulders. You wanna go for, some random unique pieces. Go for oblong pieces with flat edges. I mean, you wanna, anything that as you're scaping up for, kind of think ahead where you're gonna be placing coral pieces as you're building your scape, and save everything. I mean, you'll have some larger pieces for your up work, some verticals, some branches going out. Here's a whole nother box that I busted. And also save your rubble rock, because as you're putting the mortar and everything, you don't want to leave smooth mortar joints. You want to be able to kind of squish that into the mortar, or when you're using epoxy or whatever you're using, just to kind of make the edges kind of more roughed up, not so much smooth edges. All right, so we're gonna move forward. Yeah, I still have 2 more boxes I still gotta bust up, but we're gonna go ahead and move forward and we're gonna start with one of our base rocks. I'm gonna either pick this one or this one, and we're gonna start making our larger centerpiece. I've got a few of the smaller base rocks that are, they're machined out on the bottom. That way, as we move out towards the edges of the tank, it'll kind of taper off and give it more natural look. So, all right, we're gonna get them start gluing together. All right, we got a little bit of a start here, just between using a little bit of the extra thick super glue gel and some of the 2-part epoxy, Reef epoxy. See what I come up with. It's just 3 pieces basically I've just put together so far, but you kind of get the idea. We'll want to go up a little bit first, And then once we kind of get a little bit of height, then we can move out. And then, you know, you want to give it that look where it's like almost like it's an impossible look where, you know, rock wouldn't grow or exist. But you look down in the corners, like where I kind of, you want to, that was the reason by saving the little pieces of rubble rock, just to kind of break it up so you don't see the epoxy and the glue just as bad in the joints. So yeah, we'll keep moving forward. So we'll keep going. All right, guys, making a little more progress. Got 2 more pieces added in. So this is my first go at doing this. It's rather tricky, but I'm enjoying the challenge. I'm realizing you kind of have to balance the pieces really well. I am cheating a little bit in between some of the cracks and nooks and crannies. I'm cutting the rod to drop in and help kind of counterbalance and support the weight as if it's leaning. So I'm using the epoxy putty to hold it in there. And so if it does feel like it's leaning, then I'm just using the epoxy to hold it fast. So that seems to be working pretty good so far, and the pieces are pretty firm in there. I mean, I'm not gonna wiggle it too hard because everything's still setting up. But you still have to work pretty quick on the set time on some of this epoxy and glue. You don't have but basically minutes before it starts hardening up. I'm gonna keep working upwards. I may, on this one, it's kind of, you gotta use a creative mind. Like I'm thinking I might come up this way and come out with something, and I might do something else, but I gotta stay within my, you know, my measurements to make sure I stay in, because you gotta consider cleaning and, you know, scraping the walls of the tank and whatnot. And also you don't wanna go too high. We do like doing SPS, so we do want some height, but we don't want the height so bad that the acros and anything like that goes upwards toward the top of the water to just kind of run out of room and go dry. So just always keep up with your measurements and everything while you're building. All right, we're gonna keep moving forward. All right, guys, so continuing to work on the NSA. Made lots of progress here. Got one of my buddies, Keith, over here. We're gonna continue working on it. And he's gonna start working on this piece over here. Just letting you guys see another little glimpse of what's got going on. It's coming together really, really nice. It's a very tedious process. Learning NSA it's a fun art, I will say, and it looks amazing and it is awesome, but it is very, very tedious. So
get ready to scratch your hands and buy a bunch of cement.
So
and crack your rocks outside,
yeah,
away from your glass.
Away from
tanks.
the glass, yes. Alrighty, so we're going to keep at it. We'll keep you guys updated as we continue to build the NSA. All right, guys, still going at it. We just took a quick break to eat some supper. Here's this piece. It's pretty much finished and everything. We've got it all sculpted up and everything, and it come out really nice. Like the 3-dimensional look to it. Negative space looks nice. Come out really good. And started the next piece. We're gonna get it upwards in the vertical pieces and then start building it out. And keep going at it. All right, guys. So we're kind of at a stopping point with the NSA for the night. We'll pick back up on it. You guys on the video, the vlog won't even notice the difference. I'll just pick up on it and continue with the video. But as you can see, this is what we've come up with. We've got a little archway piece we're gonna add in later. Still got 3 more base rock pieces, so plenty of sculpting to do. There's the that other original centerpiece. It came out really nice. This is the next big piece we're gonna have. This will end up tying over somewhere like right in here. All this is just kind of visual as you build it. So, alrighty, we're gonna keep going. Okay, so we've made a little bit more progress on the scaping. I should have shot a little bit more on the piecing of this piece here together. I added a couple of verticals and then some outgoing pieces like there and here. Also added a arch on that. And then that original archway that I had started and I was building it on the ground. I was trying to lay it out, and then, you know, the connection between the first piece to the second piece. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys can kind of get the three-dimensional effect of all this, but this would be kind of the idea that you would be going for in NSA scaping type deal. And I know a lot of people are going to criticize the colored putty and everything like that, but in a few months, if anybody knows how, you know, and how quick algae and coral lining take off, shortly in a few months, you won't even notice those. They'll color over between the algae and the coral line. All right, so what I'm gonna do for this little arch piece here between this, you know, piece number 1 to piece number 2 on the center pieces, I'm gonna use some of the, where did I put it? The, you know, the acrylic, not acrylic, fiberglass rod. And I'm gonna put these in the bottom so that way we can be able to drop them in the holes, and it'll lock it in, but not permanent. It'll still be able to hold it, and it won't be so wobbly, but it'll still hold it fast enough. That way later on, if I want to be able to take this piece out, you know, to move it or clean or whatever, I'll be able to pull it out. So I'm gonna get that piece next, and then I'm gonna mortar the rest of the pieces on this one. This one's totally mortared and ready to actually go in the tank. I've just been holding off for this and this. So after I get that done, I'm gonna mortar up, make sure the arch still fits, and then we will be ready to drop these 2 pieces actually in the aquarium. Okay, so this is fully set up now. I'm gonna pull this archway piece off just to show you guys how it actually will connect up and everything. So you can see where it connects to piece number 2, from piece number 1 to piece number 2. But basically all I did is, to make it easier, I just added in this little, you know, the rods to drop in, and all it does is just connect in with the holes for alignment. And all it does is just, it holds it there. I mean, the point of it is just to be able to remove it so I can, if I have to clean or whatever. But just a quick little easy idea, just for future maintenance. Always trying to kind of think ahead on stuff. So next thing we're gonna do is get this guy or these 3 pieces dropped in the tank. Hopefully this goes well, and this isn't an epic fail. So, all right, let's see how it goes. All right, well, we got the 3 pieces in. Obviously it made the tank cloudy. I figured it would, but they look really good now that they've gotten in the water. So I'm gonna do a quick walk around. You can see where pieces connect up and everything. Go around this side and let you guys see it. Yeah, very cloudy, but it is what it is. When the water clears up, it'll look a lot better. Really doesn't do it justice with the water cloudy. And in the video, just can't tell the dynamic of it. But all in all, I'm happy with the pieces, how they went in. Obviously, we're gonna build more pieces. Like I said, I got 3 more base pieces, the machine base pieces. So I'll probably put like 2 back here, 1 over here, and then we'll have a few islands. I might even put like some islands of things here and, you know, disperse other small little things for some LPS and softies. This one's the main one, is gonna be SPS, but it does look really nice. You can, I don't know if you, between the reflections of things and I don't know. But anyway, all right, we're going to close this video out. You guys get the idea of NSA, and we're going to keep building more pieces. You guys will see more pieces as we continue to build the tank. But the whole general idea of this video was just to kind of feature how to do the NSA. All right, well, you guys have a good one. Please share, like, subscribe, and keep watching us as we continue to build the 310. You guys have a good one.